Hi. 10 more questions here from Michael Luke. Question number 1. How do you think music has changed in the last 10 years or so? Music's been rubbish for a long time. But pop is back now. Really, it's pop. Lots of great female artists around, and it's good to turn on the radio. Question number 2. What do you think the future of commercial radio is? The future of commercial radio is a few big personalities who are always on the air. And what I mean by that is that you can download them pretty much morning, noon and night outside of their live morning shows, and probably wall-to-wall music formats coming out of a central source, i.e. London. Big personalities and strong music formats will survive, if that means anything to people who aren't taking an unhealthy interest in the radio industry. Question number 3. Many radio stations are starting to sound the same. Do you think this is fair on loyal listeners? Is it lazy management? I think it's a daft question, actually, because aren't you smart enough now, given everything that's out there, if you don't like it, to go and sort of program your own radio station on your iPod or something like that? There's no pressure, you know. Radio, you buy a radio, it's free. If you don't like it, you go and listen to something else. There's no contract between a radio station and a listener other than quality, and if quality isn't met, then you go somewhere else. Yeah? Question number 4. You've done breakfast radio for many years. You voice an opinion that echoes throughout the Northeast. Do you ever see yourself taking over from Alan Robson on the Night Owls if he steps down? Let me tell you this, the Night Owls programme is a unique thing, the last of that type of programme almost in the UK. When Alan Robson stands down from Night Owls, that will be the end of Night Owls. I predict that someone will attempt to carry on the programme for a couple of years, and then after that it will fade away. But the programme can go on and on and on as it is at the moment, because it gives us a huge, what we call, audience share at night time that nobody else can compete with. But woe is the person who follows Robson. I'd love to do a talk show, but I don't want to work late at night, and it's just an impossible thing to follow. The days of that type of talk show are over, unless a person like Robson, who's put their name to that type of talk show, is still doing it, if you get me. Next question. You've previously said social networking makes your job 24/7. Do you tweet with your listeners because you enjoy it, or you feel it's part of the job? Both. You can duck in and out of social networking. You've got a professional responsibility, I believe, to provide a shop window to your radio show outside the 3.5 hours that it's on the air. So you've always got to be giving people more in cyberspace. It's the DVD extra of the radio show. But it's good fun too, because I know as well that, particularly on a show that was branded Love or Hate Him, I know that the people that are following on the Twitter or the Facebook, by and large, have got a connection with me and me with them. They are fans, for which I thank you. What is the full story behind you playing Sex on the Beach over and over again back in 1999? It was a stupid radio stunt when stunts were in. We don't really do radio stunts anymore. We just talk. But stunts is something that every breakfast guy wanted to do, and often, if you do more than 1 or 2 in a career, people see through them. Just for a laugh, and with the backing of my then boss, Sean, we just played this record back to back. And my goodness me, the more we played it, the more people sat through it. But it was just a laugh, and we pretended it was about a contract dispute, but that was just really for the cameras. There was no truth in it. I hate to shatter your illusions. It was a gimmick. You are the king of wind-ups, but what really winds you up? I'm not the king of the wind-ups. I'll talk about wind-ups another time. What really winds me up? Almost everybody and everything, in the way that society just doesn't function now. Not my little boy Sam Horn, though. Hey, Sam? Hey, Sam Horn? Number 8. I'm sure you get asked this all the time, but how does a typical day go for you, and when do you sleep and plan the show? I get up at 5 to 5. I go to bed by 10 o'clock. After the show, I'm home straight away. I eat and I shower, and then I'm constantly just accumulating information all day. There's a bit of a build-up by Thursday lunchtime when I have to write the Evening Chronicle column, but just always recharging your mind and scooping up ideas and information and trying to be ahead of the game. You know, stop for a Twitter break every hour or so just to bang something on the Twitter. Plan the show. There's no plan the show, it's just absorbing information, really. I know how the show's going to go. I've been doing it long enough now. Do you ever let people come in and sit in on the show? Can I come in? Yes, you can come in one day, Michael. I don't know when that day will be. Occasionally people come in. Well, send me your feedback. Would you like to come and watch the show? Perhaps if we did an occasional thing, maybe on a Friday. The only thing I would say is that people who tend to come and watch the show, there's got to be this trust between me and the listener that it's radio, and watching radio is often a disappointment and shatters some of the illusions. But it's there if you want it. We'll return to this theme at some point. What is your most memorable anecdote from your radio career? I'm not in this for memories, really, but Mick Hucknall threatening to punch me was quite good fun. The eerie silence across the radio desk between me and Steve Coogan now is quite funny. But really, all the great stuff with the Great North Run and the amazing friends I've met through the race, organisers, celebs, and real true life stories, and the trip to Ethiopia in 2006, that I will cherish. But mostly, all I want to say at the end of the career is that I did it my way. And I think if you've heard the show, I did it my way. Now you think I'm going to sing, don't you? No, that's the end. Finished.